Imagine you're adrift in the middle of an endless ocean. Beneath your feet are billions of liters of sparkling water, but you're dying of thirst. Your throat feels like it's burning with sand, and the temptation to scoop up the clear water around you becomes irresistible. But the old warning rings in your head: don't drink seawater. You might think one sip won't hurt, but you'd be wrong. One sip of seawater is a suicide order for your cells. You're not drinking to live. You're drinking poison that will squeeze the water from your internal organs until you shrivel up from the inside. This is the biological reason why the vast ocean is actually the driest place on Earth. The main problem with seawater isn't that it's dirty, but that it's a chemical bomb for human metabolism. You've probably tasted salted water, but seawater is on a different level. Imagine a glass of regular drinking water, then you add 2 teaspoons of table salt to it. That's the lethal concentration you're facing. Biologically, the human body is a system obsessed with balance. Inside your cells, there's fluid with a low salt content. Outside your cells, there's also fluid. The two must be in balance. When you ingest seawater, you're introducing a massive concentration of salt into your bloodstream, outside your cells. This is where cell betrayal begins. Through a process called osmosis, your panicked cells will detect that there's too much salt outside. To dilute the salt, your cells will be forced to expel the water they hold inside. Yes, you heard right. Instead of hydrating your body, drinking seawater actually causes your cells to expel their own water reserves to balance the external environment. The result? Your cells will shrink, shrivel, and eventually fail. Your kidneys are the organs that suffer the most in this drama. They act like filters, requiring water to remove waste. When you take in excess salt, your kidneys have to work tenfold harder to excrete it through urine. The problem is, to remove 1 liter of salt from seawater, your kidneys need more than 1 liter of fresh water to flush it out. This means that the more seawater you drink, the more water your body loses through urine. You're trapped in a vicious cycle. The more you drink, the thirstier you become, and the faster you'll die of dehydration in a puddle. The dangers of seawater don't stop at salt. The ocean is home to a diverse ecosystem that can become extremely toxic in an instant. One of the most invisible enemies is a tiny microorganism called toxic algae. Occasionally, this algae will explode, turning the air a frightening red or brownish color. If you accidentally drink air contaminated by this algal bloom, you could face not only dehydration, but also a nervous system attack. The toxins from this algae can cause severe nausea, chronic diarrhea, and even paralysis. Imagine being stranded in the middle of the ocean, already severely dehydrated, and your body paralyzed by the toxins. This is the worst-case scenario a sea traveler could face. In some areas, simply breathing the air around a beach affected by an algal bloom can cause nausea and shortness of breath. Yet amidst these horrors, modern humans have attempted to defy the laws of nature. Countries without natural freshwater sources, such as Saudi Arabia and Qatar, have turned the ocean into a giant drinking fountain. They employ highly complex distillation or desalination technology, utilizing extreme heat and ultra-thin filters to separate salt from water molecules. This technology can produce millions of liters of fresh water daily. But this technology is not without its flaws. These distillation machines are energy-hungry behemoths. The process is extremely energy-intensive and produces concentrated salt waste that can harm marine ecosystems if not disposed of properly. This makes the price of processed ocean water much higher than regular groundwater. We are paying a very high price just to drink water from a place we shouldn't be drinking. Ultimately, history records extraordinary stories of humans surviving at sea without desalination technology. Those who survived were not those who succumbed to the lure of seawater, but those who were willing to go to extreme lengths, such as drinking rainwater falling from the sky, or even the blood of marine animals in order to obtain a lower salt liquid. These stories serve as a reminder that the glass of fresh water you drink today was a luxury not afforded to millions of sailors once lost at sea. Seawater may seem like a lifesaver to thirsty eyes, but to the human body, it remains a deadly mirage. ready to claim life through a silent but deadly chemical process.